So for problem 8-72, you need to draw pictures, probably helpful, and also understand that distance equals rate times time. That's the formula. And so we have two cars. I'm going to say car 1 and car 2. One car is traveling twice as fast as the other, so I'm going to say that one is traveling X kilometers per hour. And the second one is going twice as fast, so it's going to be 2x kilometers per hour in terms of their rates. So I've got one car starting off, car 1, and car 2. Again, car 2 is going faster, so it's going to go further. So I'll label this one car 1, I'll label this one car 2. And we know that they are traveling for 5 hours. So the distance for each of them, I'm going to take 5 times their rate to get their distance. So car 1 is traveling 5 times x, that's its total distance. And car 2 is traveling 5 times 2x, which is 10x, and that's its total distance. Now I know the distance that is between the two of them is 225 miles, 225, not miles, kilometers. So I am going to take the distance that car 2 traveled, which is further, and subtract the distance that car 1 traveled. And that distance, the difference should be equal to 225. So I'm going to go 10x minus 5x is equal to 225. Then solve that equation. And that will give you the speed of each car. X will be car 1, and then 2 times that number will be car 2. For problem number 8-75, you're going to do on graph paper. If you do not have graph paper, then you can use your composition book. Use the graph paper in your composition book. Okay? So for that problem, let me plot those points. Let me draw my graph. So I have one at 3, 0, which is A. I have 2, 7, which is B. And I have 6, 4, which is C. And then I'm going to connect these. I'm going to use a ruler. And they want us to talk about the lengths of these and the slopes of these. So to find the slopes, I'm going to make my slope triangle. So I'm going to start with this one here. And this distance here is 3. This distance here is 4. So the slope, remember, is rise over run. So we're going up 4 over 3, so the slope is going to be positive 4 over 3 because I'm going uphill. And for the one between B and C, let me draw a slope triangle. This is going to be a distance of 3. This is going to be a distance of 4. And the numbers are the same, but they're in a different spot. So now I'm going down 3 over 4. So my slope is negative 3 over 4. Now when you're looking at these two slopes, these are negative reciprocals. Negative reciprocals. So that means that they are perpendicular. And that's shorthand for perpendicular. Okay, so that's one thing they're asking for. Now let me also find the slope from A to B. So from A to B, I'm going from here to here. This distance is 7. This distance is 1. So this one has a slope of -7/1. So slope -7/1. So that is not the same as these slopes, and it's also not a negative reciprocal. So here, since these are negative reciprocals, that means that this is a right angle. Also, if you're looking at these values, I would use Pythagorean to find the distance here. So I would be doing 3 squared plus 4 squared, which actually is going to equal 5 squared. But if you just notice this is a 3 squared and a 4 squared, and this is also a 3 squared and a 4 squared, maybe in a different order, these sides are the same. So we have that line segment BC is the same as line segment AC. They both are going to be the same measure. We also have that line segment BC is perpendicular to line segment AC. Hopefully this is helpful.